Hey, good morning, everybody. First of all, happy Halloween. Yes, it is Halloween today, but it's also the last Friday of the month, so it is time for Booking Forward. A little bit of a shorter list this month, which usually means it's probably less that there's books out there that I don't want to read and more the fact that there's some books out there I just don't know about. But these are the ones that have caught my attention. I want to share them with you. First and foremost, we've got There Is No Antimemetics Division by, and I want to say it's pronounced Quantum. It's just Quntm. I'm assuming he goes by Quantum, or she. I have no idea. But anyhow, the gist of this one is they're all around us, hiding in plain sight. One could be in the room with you now, just to your left. You could be seeing it right now, but from this second to the next, you'll forget that you did. If you managed to jot down a note, the paper would look blank to you afterwards. These entities can feed on your most cherished memories, the things that make you, you, and you'll never even know anything changed. They can turn you into a living ghost, making it so that you're standing next to your spouse, screaming in their ear, and they won't know you're there. They are the perfect predators equipped with the ultimate camouflage, the ability to wipe out memories of their own existence. And they aren't just feeding on us, they're invading. But how do you fight an enemy when you can never even know that you're at war? How do you contain something you can't record or remember? Anyhow, that one sounds creepy. Wanted to give that one a check out. It's listed under Gothic and Horror, Suspense, and Thriller. And yeah, I got to agree on that one. Not familiar with this author previously, but definitely want to check that one out. Another book that I've got, and I've seen this author a lot, but I haven't read them yet. In fact, actually, sorry, Glenn. Another author, I know I've got some books laying around, at least as ebooks, if nothing else, and I haven't gotten to them yet. But Lies Weeping is coming out by Glenn Cook, also known as the Godfather of Grimdark, which means I really should have read him by now. But this is a new arc in the Black Company series. So it's not a number one in the sense that this world already exists, but it is a number one in this particular storyline. The Black Company has retreated across the plain of glittering stone toward a shadow gate that would let them trade the dangers of the plain for the questionable safety of the company's one-time haven in Hsien? Hsien. I don't know if all of the vowels are in the right place. Hsien. It's probably just Cyan. I'm probably mispronouncing that. A region in the world known only as the Land of Unknown Shadows. Not going to go into a lot more, again, mainly because of the fact that this world already exists and I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't read Black Company yet. But it's also, like I said, a number one in a story arc. I don't think there should be any problem picking it up and just hitting the ground running. Next on my list, and a book that I'm almost done with right now, is The Nameless Land by Kate Elliott. I don't normally list a lot of book 2s or 3s in a series. Just because I figure if you've read book 1, you know it's coming, and if you haven't read book 1, you probably don't want to start here. But book 1 did come out earlier this year. We are getting both books in the same calendar year. Loved book 1. Book 2 is a bit of a switch. Not going to go into too much on this. If you saw, I'm pretty sure I did a review. If I didn't do a review, I'm sorry about that, but I'm pretty sure I did a review for book 1. Which was The Witch Road by Kate Elliott. Definitely worth picking up this series. And again, one of these ones that you didn't have to wait a long time for. So appreciate that. But yeah, we had a heck of a ending for book 1, and I'm glad I got into book 2 early. In fact, Sunday, if you see this right away, Sunday, Kate's going to be on. So we're going to talk about that. And then another one that's not a first one in the series, but I've been waiting for this out for a little while, and you guys are probably excited for it too. Brigands Breadknives by Travis Baldree is coming out. And again, because of the fact that it's not a number one in the series, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. But I still need to read Legends and Lattes. I know I read them out of order, but I absolutely loved Bookshops and Bone Dust. And I'm going to be trying to get this one as well and get all caught up on that series just as soon as I have some breathing room in my TBR. Another book I'm going to be reading for November. In fact, we're going to be having the author, Richard Paul Evans. He's been on before. Well, so is Kate Elliott, but Richard Paul Evans is going to be coming back talking about The Christmas Stranger just in time for the holiday season. Sometimes the universe sends us exactly who we need. 3 years after losing his family in a Christmas Eve accident, grief-stricken Paul Wandless hasn't just given up on Christmas, he's given up on life. He can't imagine anything to keep him here, not his work as a computer repairman, not the residents in his Salt Lake City neighborhood, and certainly not the idea of connecting with someone new. When a stranger knocks on his door, claiming to be picking up a laptop, Paul allows him in, but discovers the man has a very different mission in mind. I'm actually not going to tell you the rest of the setup for this book because I feel like it's going to be much more fun. It feels like it might have a little bit of It's a Wonderful Life to it, but maybe instead of seeing how things would have been without them, they see how things can be with them, which I like that take on it. So again, I won't tell you where it's going, but if you're looking for a Christmas pickup, definitely think about this one. I didn't write down the date it's coming out. I apologize for that. But yeah, should be right in time for the holidays. And then I also have another interview. I've got Neal Shusterman. First time. Been hoping to get him in on years. Been hoping to get him on for years. Words happened. All right. Anyhow, this is a collection of short stories, but it is Neal Shusterman, so I am down for it. Compiled for the first time in one epic volume. Stories, both classic and brand new, will stretch your imagination from terror to the sublime and back again. Explore a world where bats block out the sun, where soup is a trap for your soul, or where the life force of a glacier can bring back the dead. Journey to a place where the wind can be captured, time can be crafted into the infinite attic space, where a hot tub can house an ancient monster, and revisit the Ark of the Scythe universe for 2 all-new tales of gleaning. So, yeah. It's Shusterman. I'm going to be picking it up anyhow, but the fact that I get to talk to him is just chef's kiss. Be here for that. Got a few more. I said it was a little bit of a short list, but I do have a few more. I don't have a lot of information on them, but I'll give you the quick snippet on it and why I want to read it. Coldwire. Again, I can't speak this morning. Coldwire by Chloe Gong. Coldwire by Chloe Gong, coming out November 4th. This is a YA science fiction book, but I don't care. In a dystopian world split where the rich live in virtual reality, 2 soldiers find they are pawns in a larger conspiracy. Been hearing a lot of good things about this book, and I do want to check it out. Also, a little bit off the normal list here, but I got a couple of mystery and thriller books out I want to check out. Nash Falls by David Baldacci is coming out next month. A quiet investment banker is approached by the FBI to the insider to take down a criminal enterprise. It's Baldacci. I'm going to give it a try. And then this one, I'm not actually familiar with this author, but I don't care because of what it says. It's called Best Offer Wins by Marisa Cascino. Hope I didn't blow that. A woman becomes unhinged in her obsessive attempts to buy a DC home before it hits the market. Which sounds like it could be weird, but it's also listed under mystery and thriller, so I kind of want to see where that goes. Anyhow, like I said, it is a bit of a shorter list. I feel like, this time of year, the publishing industry kind of cuts back a little bit. I tried looking up some horror stuff because I didn't realize I didn't have any horror on here, but I didn't see anything, which means I'm probably just missing something. If you're an author with a really good horror book coming out, I'm not dissing you. I'm sure there's something coming out, but they may be taking a break with the Halloween season being over as well. I hope you find something in that list that you want to check out. I hope you find that as a 5-star read, and I hope you will also hang out for the interviews. All right. Appreciate you guys. Happy Halloween. Stay safe out there. Watch out for the goblins, and I will catch you later.